money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, 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 woo, money back, money back, money back. With me pretty too, they look like bridesmaids, and they all gang, so don't be talking sideways. He said you look like this. He makes sure he put Cardi down on his list. Now why this? Gonna look at my snap. I take your man and I won't give him back. I just walk into the booth and attack. I hit this vine, the roof will collapse. I've been broke my whole life. I have no clue what to do with these racks. Baby lay, waist snatch, back, shrink back. Got lips like Angelina, belly truck tangerine, jumping on my. That's why they call it trampoline. Hey, back on Monday, Ferrari Friday. This is sweet Saturday, that's just with plastic. I say, babe, it's a. He said it's a. Them pretty. You look like Beyonce, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, yeah. Money back, money back, money back, money back, money back. He can tell from the front, I got it behind me, and I park my Bentley truck on my Versace driveway, looking like money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back, money back.
Welcome in, everybody. It's the coach, and you're tuned in to Madden 19 on EA Sports. On tap, we've got what should be a...
We are just a stone's throw away from the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame as we get set for football at First Energy Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Tonight, we've got a good AFC matchup on tap. Jacksonville Jaguars and the Cleveland Browns. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now a play fake here on first down. And he is going to be hit and taken down. Bortles sacked. Jamie Collins, tough to handle on that blitz. He gets him for a loss of 5. A fake to Fournette. Now it's Bortles to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete. He was looking for James O'Shaughnessy as tight end. And it's third down.
The goal of anyone running a curl route is to make sure you try and get defenders on your back and shield them away from the football. But sometimes, even when you run a good route, the defense finds a way to knock it away.
And I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is third and long. Bortles going to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Brian Bonnie Calhoun. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception throw.
And that last one, that hurts. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the second and the third level.
He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Here comes Blake Bortles now to lead his offense back out there. And he comes out on the heels of an interception he threw last time they had the ball.
Yeah, and you know, the quarterbacks that I know that are the best ones, the ones that really know how to lead their team, they tell them, that's on me. That's my bad. But let's go back out there and move ahead again, guys. We can get this done.
One good thing for him, it did only lead to 3 points and not a touchdown after that turnover.
Big thanks to the defense.
Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. Pass incomplete. Jabril Peppers, the former first-round pick, there on the coverage.
Well, it certainly appears that they're going to try and keep getting him the football. It's the 3rd time they've looked in his direction. Unfortunately, haven't completed one yet, but I'm not sure they're going to shy away from it. They feel like they've got something there, and they want to capitalize on it.
I think you're right. We're only in the first quarter, so a lot of opportunities ahead. A first carry for Leonard Fournette, and he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll be a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10. Football going back to the Cleveland Browns here. All right, let's take a peek back at last season. 7-8-1. You mentioned it earlier. They were a few breaks away from being a playoff team. Hard to believe. But now you go into the offseason for the first time in a long time, Charles, with expectations going into next year. And how excited is everyone to actually have expectations rather than being the laughing stock of the NFL? You just mentioned they went 7-8-1, 0-16 in 2017, so everyone will take that. But you're right. What's the next step? With Baker Mayfield at quarterback, they believe they can contend for a playoff spot next year. They still will need some help on the defensive end, but what a great place they've started. Myles Garrett at defensive end, Denzel Ward at cornerback, both of them going to the Pro Bowl this season. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives them a new set of downs. Charles Chubb, heck of a rookie season, but do you think it bothers him that he had 996 yards?
I'll guarantee you it bothers him. It reminds me of a runner by the name of Dave Hampton, who played for the Atlanta Falcons, who actually went over 1,000 yards in a 14-game season. They gave him the game ball, stopped the game, and applauded for him. And then he took another carry and lost yardage. And finished the season at 996 yards and never came close to 1,000 again.
But still, though, Nick Chubb, great season, finishing 10th in the league in rushing as a rookie.
And don't forget his signature run against the Atlanta Falcons, 92 yards for a touchdown.
They go play action here on 1st down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5, and he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
Bortles. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Fournette, a first down carry. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. And they've got it here with a 1st down. Shotgun now for Bortles. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. They haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
On play action, it's Bortles. And that is incomplete. Seems like this defense, especially the secondary, has really been contesting about every throw in this first half.
Remind me of a good half-court defensive basketball team. Every time a pass is thrown, they're right there in good defensive position, able to affect the play.
Throwing his Bortles on third down. And the third down pass falls incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looked like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. Before this next drive gets going, we need to discuss the Hall of Fame inductees. There will be 8 in the 2019 class. We got Champ Bailey, Tony Gonzalez, Ty Law. Who else am I forgetting in there?
Well, how about a big guy, a lineman, Kevin Mawai, who was absolutely terrific in his career. How about Ed Reed with the Baltimore Ravens and the great job he did in the secondary there. Pat Bowlen, Gil Brandt as contributors, the owner of the Broncos and the longtime scout with the Cowboys. And I love the senior committee bringing in Johnny Robinson, the safety with Kansas City.
Tony Gonzalez was a first ballot guy, and of course when I hear Ty Law's name, you think, wow, he started this great Patriots dynasty that we're still living in.
You're exactly right. And the Patriots, with all of their championships, probably underrepresented in the Hall of Fame.
So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer.
Still second
Watch
down.
the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
So after the penalty, here's 2nd and 3. Following the penalty, Chubb. Oh, he bowls over it. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
Detroit!
They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And the Jags get to him as down he goes. Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result.
Oh, ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Talon Smith. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll take you to Orlando and Jonathan Coachman. Coach will have highlights and analysis of this first half, one that's featured no touchdowns as of yet on either side.
So his job's a little bit easier for this halftime.
Need to give the coach some highlights here.
Yes, we do.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down. On 2nd down, here's Bortles. And the reception made by Dante Moncrief. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a first down. First down now, but that clock rolling. Bortles on the give to Fournette. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
And that's exactly what you want on a first down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning at the point of attack.
On play action, now Bortles. He's got his man on the crossing route. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. So it's 1st and goal and a great opportunity to get that lead back before the break. To throw is Bortles. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Bortles to throw on second down. The quick slant caught. And he will get this into the end zone for a Jaguar touchdown. James O'Shaughnessy from 4 yards out. And the Jags are able to cash in for 6.
And while that touchdown does not give them an insurmountable lead, it's still a lead, and that always feels good to a team.
They'd love to take that into the lockers, but a little time left on that clock, so some work to do.
I like that. I like how you're guarding against a letdown there.
Already looking forward.
Coaching them up from right up here in the booth.
Here's Lambeau out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call it in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because...
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off at the 48, and he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. He was looking for Landry that time. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now Bortles. That one complete to D.D. Westbrook. And now prior to this 3rd and 1, we're going to get a timeout here, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. The Jaguars on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They fake the handoff. Now Bortles. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. They're going for a receiver there. Already has 1 touchdown in this first half. A second one not to be.
I like where their headspace is, though. I mean, I really like the thought process, right? You got a guy who's already scored one, right? You want to go back to him, continue the hot hand, and make them adjust to you defensively. I like what they were trying to get done, even though they weren't successful.
And that's the risk of a long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Yannick Ngakoue. And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. So they're going to make this offense sweat out half number 1. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. A give. This is Chubb. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Final play of the half, Mayfield. He'll rifle this one deep right side. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey. And he will be brought down as time has now run out on this first half of action. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Pretty move. And he'll take this across the 25. A couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. Any surprise in your mind he's out there to start the second half after 4 first-half interceptions?
I used to be surprised by a lot of things, partner, but in this case I'm not, because you know they want him to be their guy. And the only way to truly establish that is to give him a chance to work through some of the issues he had in the first half.
Talon Smith that time there to make the play.
I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
And again, it's Chubb. And he went nowhere. He'll lose yardage back to the 29. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
On 3rd down, Mayfield, and that is incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away.
Brandon, at least there's one bright side to that incompletion.
What's that?
It wasn't an interception.
Wow. You're a nice guy. That was kind of savage. But correct. No pick, just incomplete that time. Here comes the Jags offense now. Time for their first possession of half number 2. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. Throwing now is Bortles. They'll roll him out right. His throw incomplete. D.D. Westbrook, his intended receiver, down.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The Jaguars on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. To throw, it's Bortles. Open man is Westbrook, complete. And they pick up 25 as they convert on 3rd. Bortles gives to Yeldon on the draw. So he got free of 1 tackle, but couldn't do a whole lot else. Tackle made there by Jabril Peppers.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first. On 1st down, Bortles. He goes underneath for Yeldon. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have the center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd. From the gun on 3rd down, Bortles. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And this is just outside the right upright. It's no good. Well, close game, 2nd half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know.
Now the Browns offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a 1st down.
That was good, tough running right up the middle. And if the defense can't penetrate and make him slow his pace or change direction, that's often the end result.
They stay on the ground on 1st with Johnson. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Mayfield now from the 50. And he's got this one complete to Callaway. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 13 yards to pick up there. Good for a Cleveland first.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open.
And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the fourth. They run it again with Chubb. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs.
Second and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. Underneath for Johnson. And down inside the 15 he goes. That's good for a Cleveland first down. It looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one. Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
They come out here in the eye. They hand off to their big tight end. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Brandon, if I wanted to run the football this close to the goal line, I think I just turn around and hand it to my tailback. Too many things could go wrong in this situation. I think they're fortunate just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And they're knocking on the door. 2nd and goal now in a 1-score game. They'll give it to Chubb. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's 3rd down.
Partner, you've got about 20 coaches on your payroll, but there's 60,000 of them in the stands. I don't think any of them like that play.
And the later we go, it's starting to sound like 100,000 in here. They've been denied touchdowns in the red zone twice already. Here comes 3rd and goal. He'll look to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away. So this defense, they looked a little shaky to start the drive, but bottom line, they're a play away from finishing it off.
They rocked them a little bit on this drive, didn't they? But as you and I both know, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. They have a chance to end it right here.
Likely the play of the game here, trailing in the final quarter and going for it on 4th and goal. He's back to throw. And no, it's incomplete. They can't hook up here on the 4th down pass attempt. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. And they've now made 2 trips to the red zone and still looking for their first touchdown.
Not able to punch it in, and if you're on defense, your confidence is sky high. Because mentally, you're saying, hey, you're in the red zone. We're thinking we're giving up 3. We just want to give up 6. In this case, they end up not giving up the touchdown at all. They've got to feel great about what they got done.
Room past the 20. Looking middle, and that's complete. And all the way up to the 33-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Bortles going to look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That throw good for 4. It's second down. 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. They'll run it now out of the gun. And very little room to maneuver. They'll get this down to about the 39. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. The Jaguars on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This is 3rd and 4.
Let's go.
Bortles to throw. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play. Bortles now perfect since the second half started, 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. Now Bortles. He'll check this one off to Fournette. Still going. They can't stop him. It's a gain of 15, and that ought to just about put an end to this one. Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
A first down carry now for Yeldon. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now we're going to get a timeout here called by the defense, as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game.
Spread right, 72.
They'll run it again with Yeldon. And he'll get this down to about the 30, 31-yard line. Tackle made by Tanner Vallejo. I guess the simple question, why not just take a knee there?
I don't understand either why you would take any sort of a chance. We've seen it happen in the game of football. It doesn't matter whether you've watched high school, college, or the NFL. Some people get a little greedy, try to get that extra running play in, and it can backfire on them.
And he's going to be taken down right at the line.